Hi, and welcome back to the Gaming Podcast, the podcast where two best friends talk about video games, retro nostalgia, and every single rail that we jump off of. My name is Stuart, and as always, I'm joined by the illustrious Eduardo.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? It's podcast
Oh,
night.
how's it going? It's podcast day.
It is. It's
I
exciting.
like it.
I'm ready. Let's do this thing.
Heck yeah. So last episode went way longer than we expected on
Yep.
the particular topic, which was Lies of P, which is a phenomenal game.
Yep.
I ended up rolling credits on one of the endings over the weekend, so I've officially fully completed the game
Congrats.
on one run through. So thank you, thank you.
Yes.
I'll probably go through one more.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
'Cause there are a couple more endings and a couple other like secrets and stuff that I missed out on. But other than that, like we said, my opinion did not change. It probably even got better from the last episode. That game is phenomenal. It is definitely for me a contender of game of the year.
No, it's no, you are correct. I'm speechless. I can't even because it's such an amazing
Oh
game.
man, that
You
Lies of
know,
P, you know,
Lies of
it gets
P,
you.
it gets me. No, I agree. I think it's a contender in my eyes. For me personally, a game of the year game. It's amazing. I haven't beat it yet. I'm getting closer. Last time, as of when last recording, I was on chapter 4. I'm on chapter 6 now, so I'm making
Yeah.
progress. I'm at a part that has scary clowns, but it's okay.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. We'll get past them somehow, but it's
You got it.
fun. My goal is to hopefully try and beat it by maybe end of this week. We'll see. It depends on if I can stay alive, but I will get it
Yep.
beat. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the endings. Curious to see what ending I'll get. And then
Mhm.
I'm very excited to do another playthrough. It's been fun. It's awesome seeing just all the different posts online about the game and just kind of people's
Def
progress and just what they're doing. So once again,
Oh, I'm finding new stuff all the time about that game. Like, people
mhm.
are finding new secrets, new weapon combinations, new ways to, like, beat bosses. I it's This game is getting better and better every day.
Oh yeah. It's incredible. So like if you have not picked up a copy of the game, go pick one up. Or if you don't know if you want to pick it up, and if you have Xbox and you have Game Pass, you can play it that way. And then if you like, you can go pick up the game. That's what I'm doing right now is just through Game Pass. But I'm definitely gonna go pick up the game. I just haven't done it
Definitely.
yet. So yeah, go pick up the game if you haven't. It's worth it. It's worth every penny.
It Get through the pain of it. It is a difficult game, very much so, but the storyline, just the atmosphere they've created, it is amazing. After finishing the game, I even like it more than what I said in the podcast, but we'll keep it at that. If you want to hear a ton of Lies of P stuff and you haven't listened to the last episode, listen to the last episode because we go really in depth, as spoiler free as possible. But we talk about as much as we possibly can within an hour time span for Lies of P. So you want to hear more content of it, definitely listen there. But hey, man, we're in a new month,
New month.
which means new games, which means October.
It,
So this is like it's one of the big months of the year too for
oh
video
yeah,
games.
it's
What are you looking forward to the most this month?
everything. Let's see. We got
Yeah, that's it.
Spider-Man's coming out this month, if I remember correctly, right? Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
October 20th.
Spider-Man, that's definitely one. Um, if I believe it comes out this month too. I need to check. I'm about to release date, Googling it, right? Yeah,
Hey,
Alan
no,
Wake
I can tell
2,
you. Oh,
excited
yeah,
for
yeah.
that. So I'd say right now those two are the ones that come to mind immediately that I'm very
Yep.
excited for. Obviously Spider-Man too, because I just played it, and I know you just played Miles Morales too, like not too long ago. So that's a
Yep.
big one, but I'd say those 2 right now because those are ones that I'm just like, "Yes." So
I can't disagree there. Spider-Man 2 is my absolute most hyped game of the
mhm,
year in general. So it's definitely my top game of the month that I'm looking forward to. Super Mario Wonder also comes out on the same day.
yes, yes.
I might pick that one up later because that just sounds like a cool, chill,
Mhm.
you know, Mario 2D platformer.
That'll be a fun game, I think, for, like, we can get together, play it, maybe do a
Yeah,
podcast over kind of what we've been doing. I don't know, or just play it for
exactly.
fun. We'll see. There's
Yeah, I mean, that'd be an easy one. Uh, but also this week, actually, October 5th is the new Assassin's Creed.
oh, yeah, I keep on forgetting about the Assassin's Creed. I'm excited for it because this one, it does go back more to the original roots of what Assassin's Creed was, I believe, if that's what you've I think that's what you've told me.
Yep, absolutely. They're going back to they're getting away from the open world format and going back to kind of the roots. Still a big area, but smaller. Like I think it's like the 15 to 20 hour for the main story time frame. So it's a lot less versus this open world 80 to 100 hours
Mm,
from the last few games. So it's supposed to go back kind of to true to form. It looks really really cool. I
it
just
does.
haven't heard much about it, so it's kind of getting me a little nervous for it. But I do have it on pre-order, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely planning on picking it up and playing it. Uh, I I love Assassin's Creed.
Mhm.
Like, I've played them all for a while up until I believe it was Revelations where I really just started, like, with the franchise. Like, it just started to lose its,
Yeah.
character
Yeah.
and its identity. I know there's some other good ones after that. Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't for me. People love Black Flag. I just couldn't get into Black Flag. It was too much,
Yeah, I think
like,
the
sailing and stuff.
yeah, I think Revelation was probably one of the last ones that I've played. I know one that I picked up one of the newer ones. It was, Assassin's Creed Origins. That's the one where it takes place
Yep.
in Egypt. That one was
Yeah.
really cool. I never beat it. It's just
Yeah.
it's massive. I got overwhelmed.
That's the problem.
I
They're just so big, and I heard they're great, and I own them. 'Em. I've just never really played any of the last 3,
yeah.
just 'cause they're so massive.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, like I said, Origins is super cool, like, it's cool seeing, like, ancient Egypt, also, I've always been fascinated with Egypt, pyramids, and stuff like that, I think it's really
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
but yeah, no, it's just I never beat it, it's just I'd play it, I'd get overwhelmed, or it's just like, I don't know, it's just no, it's almost too big that I'm like, "I'm gonna stop," it's I have no idea where to go, it's just too big of a game, I guess, but it was cool, it was fun, I had lots of cool stuff, but yeah, no, the old original Assassin's Creed games are great. They're hard to beat. They're classics.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. I mean, I love that old format, uh, and it got better and better. For me, I still think my favorite game in Assassin's Creed was Brotherhood,
mm,
which I believe was the 3rd kind of in line, but I can still remember the cinematic trailer for Assassin's Creed 2,
yeah. Yeah, no, it's
which was phenomenal.
oh, yeah, no, yeah, I do remember that. It was really good. Yeah, I think what really turned me on to Assassin's Creed as well is just I came from playing Prince of Persia, and so playing
Oh,
those games, I was like, "Ooh, Assassin's Creed, another game where you can, like, run on walls and do all this cool stuff." Got me
mhm.
excited, and yeah, so, um that's why I think I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed because it was just me coming from Prince of Persia, which is a game that I love, and then coming to the
Yep.
Assassin's Creed, I was like, "This is really cool." It's, like, bigger
Yeah, it was
yeah,
kinda like the
Prince of
next
Persia,
generation of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so but I'll have to pick up the new Assassin's Creed, or if I don't,
I
you'll have
got a
to let me know
pre-order,
how it
so
goes.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna play it over the weekend, so I'll let you know how it
Yeah,
is.
let me know 'cause, I keep on forgetting that that game
Is a thing?
is a thing and about to, yeah, be available to everyone, so I'll pick it up maybe eventually,
Only a few more days, so
but
looking forward to that one. And then another one, kinda just because 'cause I'm on the Souls-like kick right now
mhm.
with Bloodborne and then Lies of P, and then I wanna get in the Elden Ring, but I might start that one, like, over the holiday
Yeah,
time frame,
that's probably a good
just
holiday
so I have
game.
more time. Yeah, there's just too much going on, and Elden Ring needs, like, a lot of time.
Yeah, it's
But
massive.
the new Souls-like game, which is actually a remake of a 2014 game, Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it, and I never played the original Lords of the Fallen. I remember seeing trailers for it, but I never played it, so I that's a game I'll have to probably pick up now just because I've been playing Lies of P, and now
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
in that, like, "Oh, man, these games are amazing," so now I'm gonna have to probably pick that up. So
It looks like a really cool game. I was doing some research and watching some videos over the weekend, and it's one they wanted to go the Souls-like route and cater to that fan base,
mhm.
but they did, from what I hear, made it easier. Like, the health isn't as big, the parry windows are supposed to be a lot more generous. You have 9, I think up to 10 classes
Oh, wow.
that you can choose from, so you can choose a lot of different play styles. You can do range, you can do magic, you can do, you know, uh, very quick attacks, you can do kind of big tanky attacks. So you have a lot of different styles you can choose from off the bat.
That
But the other cool mechanic, I can't remember the different realms, but basically it almost pulls like a little bit of a Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart
oh, no.
playbook a
Nice.
little bit. So there's basically a lamp you can get, and it can show you between two different worlds. You're in the world of the living, is what the main game takes place in. There's also a world of the dead, and you can hop between the worlds. But also, say if there's like a treasure or an objective or something on the other side, and there's no way to get over there, you can pull out your lantern, and there might be a bridge or a set of stairs or something in the the world of the dead that you can use and have your lamp out and walk those stairs if you can see it.
That's
So it's
cool.
kind of a cool mechanic.
It is. So it seems like, lots of opportunity for lots of secret hidden stuff in that game,
Yes,
so, exploration will definitely be key to finding
absolutely.
things. So that's
Because you can
pretty
do like
cool.
the lamp where you can basically just see things like wherever you're pointing the lamp at in the world of the living,
Mhm.
but then you can also jump into the world of the dead. And apparently, I can't remember what it is, but there is a consequence, more of a consequence if you die in the world of the dead than if you die in the world of the living.
That
I think you lose more of your whatever they call their echoes or
mhm.
souls or whatever. Um, I know there's some consequences there, but I mean, the gameplay looks great. The other thing, I think we were talking about it the other day on the podcast too, was it is in Unreal Engine 5 also.
Mhm. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so it's a gorgeous looking
Oh,
game.
yeah, I'll have to watch some stuff on it, like, since I
Definitely.
haven't watched anything on it, because I just remember I think you told me just the other day, like, I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
this game," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot that that's a thing because I never played Lord of the Fallen." I just remember seeing it when it was coming out way
Yeah.
back in the day, but I'll definitely have to watch it. So maybe after the podcast, I'll get on YouTube or whatever and see
Yeah, definitely.
stuff on it.
There's some really good first impression videos out there. They get really in depth with the gameplay and the kind of different mechanics and story and all that. But the original one, I barely remember it too. But I was watching a little bit about it. It kind of flopped. It was okay. So this is the same studio is I think running it with another studio.
Okay.
So they've got like a lot more backing on this one. They changed a lot of the story, the mechanics, the gameplay. So as far as I know, it's kind of more of a redo of the series versus like a true sequel
Okay. So
or prequel or anything.
so just trying to revitalize it,
Yeah.
seeing what they can do. That's cool. Like, sometimes
Yep.
you just gotta give a game another shot. Just gotta
That's fun.
polish it up, and do some things and see what happens. But I know
Hey,
that's awesome. I'll definitely
absolutely.
have to check it out, see some stuff on the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that one definitely got me hyped. So that might get a pickup. But I mean, nothing's getting in the way of Spider-Man 2. That's the main focus.
Oh,
So
Spider-Man
Spider-Man 2 is the main focus. That's it.
looks amazing. I saw that, was it Reebok? Or I don't know, one of the shoe companies made some shoes that's based on the new Spider-Man game. They look really cool. So, like, you've got the bottom of the shoe is it's black and it looks like Venom, and it's kinda, like, creeping up towards the top of the shoe, so, like, it's transforming into a Venom type shoe. It's really cool. So it's like the Spider-Man on the top half, but then it looks like Venom, and the symbiote's kind of, like, covering up and taking the shoe over, so it's pretty cool. I'll have to show you
Got
a picture of it. I'm like,
That's
I
super
kinda
cool.
want
Yeah, I haven't
to.
seen it.
Let's see. While you're talking, I'm gonna try and find a picture of it.
Let me do that.
Spider-Man 2 was a Reebok shoe?
I'm just having shoe. It might pop up.
Yeah. That's kid shoes. Is that Spider-Man 2? Let's
Nope,
do
that's not it.
video game shoes. Shoe. Is that no, I'm not I'm not having any luck. I don't Oh, wait, is this them? Oh, yeah, this is them. I'll send you a screenshot right quick. They look pretty cool. I would definitely buy them because why not? Okay, so I just sent it to you, so you should be getting the picture here any second. Oh, and it's Adidas, not Reebok, so I don't know. I don't know my shoe companies too well. I obviously don't spend.
Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing, yeah. I don't spend money on clothes. I spend money on video games and food because that's what's important.
Oh, yeah, that's the only things I spend money on.
Yeah, like, if I have to spend $300 on clothes, I'm like, do I really wanna do that?" but if you put video
Unless it's Spider-Man Reeboks.
yeah. Uh,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah, okay, you should be getting the picture now here in a second.
Uh, let's see. I think it just came in. There it is. Let's see. Oh, those are pretty sick.
Yeah. So, that's them. They look pretty cool. Um,
We'll throw a picture up on the Instagram during our podcast post,
yeah.
just so you can see
Yeah,
them.
so
But
you can
yeah,
see
those
what the
are
heck
really,
you're
really
talking
cool.
about, yeah, so, I don't know how much they cost, but if you want some Spider-Man shoes to wear while you're playing Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
you might as well do it while you're
That's
using a Spider-Man controller
heck yeah.
on your Spider-Man PlayStation,
Oh, don't talk to me about that. I
while
still
wearing
don't
a
have the cover.
Spider-Man mask and Spider-Man underwear.
Oh, oh, definitely,
Yeah, that's the only
definitely.
way to play it.
Oh yeah, I still fit in my 90s Spider-Man underwear
Oh,
from
yeah.
Walmart, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
got to. Yeah, yeah, why not? Like, if it still
yeah.
fits, if it's still comfy, then even if it doesn't fit too well,
No, it's not comfy. Oh no,
it's okay. Like,
it's fun.
it's
It's
okay.
Spider-Man.
It's
It's okay.
Spider-Man, yeah. But anyways, that's gonna be a fun game.
I'm excited for that one, but that's definitely my most hyped.
Yes.
But super excited for Assassin's Creed, for Alan Wake 2 especially. I mean, that game, that was a huge, like, just crazy good game back in when it released, 2010.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, blew my mind then.
Mhm.
And I'm super excited to see because they have put, as far as I can tell, with the gameplay footage and the stuff they've presented to us, they've put so much into this game.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks incredible.
Like, it's crazy that we're getting Alan Wake 2, and, like,
I know.
it's like we're back in college with all these games coming
Hmm.
out and just all this stuff. Like, it's
Definitely.
such a great game. I remember playing that game at 3 in the morning, and I was so
Hmm.
paranoid and creeped out going to bed. Worth it.
Yep. And I think it's going to be even creepier
Oh, yeah.
uh, than the original.
Yeah, no, I'll probably, if I can, I'll probably try and play it at 3 in the morning so I can creep myself
Ooh,
out again, relive the
make it
old
perfectly
days.
dark in there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, except last time when I was playing it, I was by myself because, you were out of town, and then our old roommate was out of town too, so it was
Mm.
just me. So and I think, and I think it was me and Kratos, your dog,
Oh yeah,
RIP.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just us, so, Kratos protected me.
Hey, yeah. He does that.
Yeah.
He's the god of war.
He's
So.
the God of War, so he protected me from all the evil things in Alan Wake
Oh, definitely.
and all the
Knowing that dog, he probably hid under the couch more than you did.
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely probably would hide underneath the couch and be like, "You're on your own."
Yeah. Sorry. Nope. I'm scared.
Yeah, he'll go hide, maybe poop in a circle, and then that's about it.
Yep. Exactly.
But
Well, great games. Super excited for October. We're gonna have a lot to talk about on the
mhm,
podcast. So
yeah.
definitely look forward to that. Hopefully you listen to some of the episodes coming up because there's gonna be a lot of new game content going on there.
Oh,
So
yeah. I'm excited.
man, so let's turn the clocks back a little bit.
If I could turn
And
back time. Oh.
meow, meow.
If I could
Oh, I thought we were jamming.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I got sometimes you just gotta sing a little, Cher, it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with Cher.
Nothing wrong with Cher, she has some bangers out there, so
Oh no, that's a banger for sure.
yeah, 100%.
No one's gonna say no to that
Yeah,
song,
no, and
but
if you do, then you've got problems.
exactly. But we're gonna keep turning back time, and
Let's
we're gonna go to a retro time
Ooh,
where
retro.
retro games were new, and then we're gonna go to the present and go to a convention where we go back in time to retro games.
Yeah.
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 So we went to a convention about 2 weeks ago for the recording of this podcast
Mhm.
called RetroPalooza in the Dallas, Texas area. And there's so many different retro game conventions that are out there that happen all the time, big, small, all over the country, all year round.
Yep, they come in all shapes
And
and
we've gone to
sizes.
the RetroPalooza ones a few times, but there's so many of them.
Mhm. Except the part where I almost did take us to the wrong convention that day.
Yes, yeah, that happened. So I had all the tickets purchased and I had everything ready, and it was on the website showed the same location that was the previous year.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, cool. It's only a short drive um, to the convention from where we're at.
Yeah.
And then that day, Ed is like, "Oh, no, it's actually here, and it's a 50-minute drive out of the way."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, I guess it changed or whatever." So, I ended up thankfully looking the night before at, like, 1 in the morning and looked, and I was like, "No, it's in the same location." And you ended up looking at what was the name of it? It was
It was
like
like it was something retro.
it was something retro something,
Yeah, it started with retro. Both started with retro. It was like RetroCon, I don't know, n retro something.
something.
And yeah,
And I was like, "This is the wrong one." He's like, "No, no, I promise." And looks it up. He's like, "Oh, yeah, that's the wrong
yeah,
convention."
good
And
thing.
I was like, "Oh, it's a good thing I looked."
Yeah, good thing you looked, because if not, we were about to make a 50-minute drive to the wrong convention and then have to turn
Yep,
around to drive 50 minutes back to the right convention. But the
absolutely.
other convention looked cool too. I think the other one was, I think you found out it was more just like retro toy convention instead of retro
Yeah, as
video
far as
game,
I knew.
which still awesome. Still would have been cool.
Yeah,
But
I still love retro toys.
yeah, but RetroPalooza, it's a cool convention. So if you're ever wanting a good convention to go to, RetroPalooza in the DFW area, it's a great convention. They've got lots of cool stuff, which
Definitely.
we will be talking about here in a second.
Absolutely. Yeah, we go to 2 every year. There's one in the Houston area in the spring, and then one in the DFW or
Mhm.
Dallas-Fort Worth area, in the fall. And they're all kind of the same format. I mean, you go in, there's a bunch of vendors selling so many cool things. And we'll talk about some of our, favorite purchases as well as things that we saw that we didn't purchase because we'd have to, sell our house and our wives
Yep.
and everything else we own to
Yep.
purchase them.
Yep.
It's cool stuff. They have retro video game tournaments. They have different, retro game YouTubers and cosplayers and voices and all that. So it's a really cool convention. They're smaller. If you've been to a Comic Con, they're definitely smaller than those, but they're a lot of fun. It's a cool community, a lot of really cool vendors,
Mhm.
a lot of really cool stuff that you see as well.
Oh, yeah.
From all over. You get, you know, games that are thousands and thousands of dollars that people will bring, or just some random merchandise and memorabilia, or display signs, or even redos of old games,
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it's a really cool time. But I mean, I'll have you talk a little bit about it and say kind of some of your highlights and maybe some of your favorite pickups or things that you saw.
Yeah, no, like you said, I think the retro conventions, I think they're a lot of fun. It's just a great way to go and just, I don't know, relive your childhood almost, just going to these
Yeah.
things, just seeing all these old toys, old video games, and new stuff too. But it just going to these places with other people that appreciate the same thing you do. It's such a great time. But as far as highlights, I think for this convention, man, it's tough. There's lots of good stuff. Um, let's see. I think toys. I did get a 3DS, which was really cool. But
Mm.
I think one of my maybe highlight pickups that I thought was really cool was I believe it was the Cyclops that was still, yeah, it was Cyclops that was
Oh
still in that
yeah,
box. That was still
absolutely.
packaged for, it was like $30, and then, like, down the booth, like, 3 booths down, there was the same toy, but he wasn't complete in box, and I think it was, like, almost the same price, or something. I was like, "No, I'm gonna go back and get the other one," which I'm glad I did because, it was one of those that I was actually surprised that Cyclops was still there, but it's really cool. It's got that '90s packaging that is very unique to that time frame. So I'd say that was one of my highlights, and then also I really did enjoy getting that little, um, action figure of The Mask. That was like,
Oh, that's a cool one.
yeah, that I spent for, like, I think it was like 2, $3. Yeah, it was $3.
$3. Yeah,
It's really cool. It's, like, the one his eyeballs can pop out and his face kind of comes off. Really cool. $3, and it's in really nice condition. That was a cool little pickup. So I'd say those 2 were some of my favorite pickups from the convention.
nice.
Yeah. What about you?
They have so much cool
They
stuff,
did.
like, yes, it's a retro video game convention, but there's also booths that have tons of toys and, like, vendor displays and comic books and anything in, like, the retro, like, nerdy spectrum,
Mhm.
you can find it. Now the focus is video games, but they have so much other stuff, like, I honestly think I bought more other things than I did video games at this
Yeah,
convention
no.
this time.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, it's I remember I think other the past conventions we've gone to is more video game heavy when on the stuff that we
Mhm.
bought, but this year we bought obviously we bought video games, but I think it was more, yeah, toys, action figures was more of the thing that we ended up coming out with this year,
Oh, definitely.
which was
But got some really cool games.
oh yeah.
So I think for me, one of the highlight booths was the premium edition games booth.
Oh yeah. That was
That one was awesome. So if you're not familiar with them, it's kind of the same lines with like a limited run games. They do like indie digital only games and make physical editions of them, typically for Switch, but they also have them for other consoles. But most of them are for Nintendo Switch. And it's all these just awesome indie games, and they do a really good job. Like one, the packaging, they actually include manuals. They have nice cover sleeves over them. They'll include different, cards or stickers or whatever, and it feels like a really cool complete edition. And then they also do collector's editions, which have even more. So the thought and the artwork and everything that goes into them, one is just awesome, especially if you're, a big physical video game collecting type of person. Um, but there's a couple games that we've picked up that we thought were super interesting.
mhm.
Uh, the one that we had a ton of fun. We ended up loading it up and played for hours after the
Yeah,
convention. It's called Super Blood Hockey,
it was amazing.
and it's so awesome. It's done in like this I would say even like a 16-bit style,
Mhm.
and it's a hockey game. But imagine if you take hockey and you take NFL Blitz and you ramp up the maturity of it
Yeah,
and the violence.
it's hockey, it's a 16-bit hockey game on steroids, literally.
Oh, yeah. It literally, if you do the, franchise mode, you can actually give your guys steroids and other supplements and drugs, and they have different effects on your team. Which is crazy. And then like we were playing, and if you end up hitting one guy a bunch of times and start whacking him, then a huge brawl fight will come out.
Mhm.
And whatever team wins the brawl fight ends up getting an advantage. And I think the advantage is you have one person more for like 30
Yeah,
seconds or
yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah, which,
But it's just like all the 16-bit blood flying everywhere. It is so
oh,
funny.
yeah, we spent I don't know how many hours just as while we were waiting before we went out when we got back, we loaded it up, played it before dinner because we had nothing else to do, and we sat there for
Mhm.
hours just laughing and playing the entire time. It was so much fun. We
Yeah.
were both terrible at it. It was hard, and we were on easy, and it was difficult on easy, so I don't can't even imagine what hard's like or whatever
No.
they call it, but it is a lot of fun, like, I didn't know a game like that could be that much fun, like a hockey game like that. It was awesome. I'm curious to see what franchise mode because obviously franchise mode has more options on what you can do since you can, like, give your players steroids and all these things, and the multiplayer, it didn't, but
Exactly.
you could still do all the brawling and fighting and stuff, which was really cool, so, yeah, we'll definitely have
Which
to
super
pick up our when we get together, play that game again because it was a lot of fun.
definitely. It's, so much fun. Yeah, I didn't even try to do any single player stuff, because as soon as I got back, Liza P came
Oh,
out,
yeah,
so
no,
that
you gotta do Lies of
consumed all
P,
my
yeah.
time.
Priorities,
Exactly,
priorities.
but I mean, it was such a cool game. Like, it's one of those games where I mean, we talk about all these amazing AAA games and all these games we like that had even retro games that had crazy production values for the time.
Mhm.
These big studios and all this. But there's something about just a really fun game that doesn't take itself seriously that you can just load in and immediately we're having fun. We don't know the controls.
Nope.
We don't know anything about the game yet. We don't know what's going on. We literally bought it because the cover art is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, this sounds fun. Like, why not? And loaded it up and we had a blast playing it. Like it kind of took us back to the old days of, you going over to a friend's house and you load up that game that they really like or the game you picked up at Blockbuster
Mhm.
and you throw it in and you just start like you get sucked into it.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah, that's it. We were, like, literally just, like, 10-year-old kids just sitting on the couch eating
Oh yeah.
chips and snacks, playing
Just
video
screaming at the
screaming
TV.
at the TV, so, yeah, we did that, and then after, we ended up because we also both I believe you picked it up too, we picked up a game
I did
called
too. Yep.
Raji? I think I'm saying that
Yeah.
right? Um, we had no idea what it was about, but the guy told us because we asked about it because the artwork looked cool too, and it's a almost like a go has a God of War feel to it, but it's like basically a Hindu God of War type game where you play this girl and you have to go like, I can't remember the full story. I think you got to like save your brother
It's
or
like Save Your
sibling or
Family or
something. I can't
something. I
remember.
don't remember.
But it's very God of War like in the
Yeah.
play style. It's really hard, but it's really fun. I haven't beat it yet. I think I'm getting close. It's not that long of a game, but it was a cool pickup. The music's really cool. I think
Mm.
the guy said the guy who composed the music is Hindu, so you can definitely hear that. So it's really authentic in the music and just everything is very it's really cool. So it's like set in ancient India. Graphics are really pretty and it's got cool music.
Yep.
It's got some cool enemies. The fighting style, very much God of War. So if you like God of War, this would be a fun game to play, which we love God of War. It's an amazing game. So
Oh, I love it.
that was a good pickup too. Not a
Mhm.
not a funny game where you're laughing, but like a
No, no, it's
psychology.
definitely more serious.
Yeah, this is more serious, but it's a lot of fun. I remember I can't remember what year. I think you were messing with the PlayStation 4 controller because my wife was trying to fix it, so you were helping her out.
Yep.
But while you were doing that, I was playing the game, and it took me like I died multiple times trying to fight like a horde of enemies, and I was like, "Yep, this is God of War."
Oh, yeah. It plays like the style of it is very similar to the PSP God of Wars,
Mhm,
so like Chains of Olympus, where it's kinda like that it's a third person action game, but that high view.
mhm,
But the enemies are definitely brutal. The move sets are awesome.
mhm,
There's some super cool moves. There's one that like knocks enemies back where you can like spin on a pole
mhm,
and knock an enemy back. So there's a lot of really cool moves. And I mean, we just played the starting level that day,
mhm.
and it was a lot of fun. So I imagine that it's going to get better and better with more move sets and everything. But
Oh yeah.
it was a really cool pickup. It was one of those on like, hey, what's your best selling and favorite games here? And Blood Hockey was already one we were going to pick up, but that was
Mhm,
mentioned. And then Raji, he said, was just an amazing game. And in our 30 minutes or so playing, I definitely need to get into it.
mhm.
There's just too many games coming out right now, so
Oh yeah,
might be another holiday
yeah.
time frame
Didn't you almost
game.
pick
So.
up was it Rain on My Parade or something? Because you're telling me where you're
Hmm.
like literally a cloud that just
Yep.
rains on people.
Yeah, I want to pick it up. I'm actually on their site right now. They didn't have it in stock. They were out.
Oh yeah.
When I went, so I couldn't pick it up. But that's what I've been looking at for a while. And yeah, you're basically just a cloud, and you go in different levels, and you rain on people's parades.
That sounds like a great
Yep.
time.
That's it. I mean, people love it. I mean, it's on Steam. You can get it digitally. And I think it has like overwhelmingly positive
Like,
reviews.
you wouldn't think that a game where you're literally a cloud raining on people would be fun, like, it sounds stupid because it is, but for them to pull it off, like,
I know.
I
I
would
just that's what I love about indie games is it's you have these crazy ideas and these crazy thoughts on games that would not get produced by big studios,
know
right?
they would trash it.
And then you get them in this like, yeah, they'd be like, "No, this is stupid." But you get them in these retro styles, and you get these games that are just like they take you back to that style of game, but they're just fun.
Mhm,
They're just fun video games. They're not crazy difficult and having to learn patterns and having to get all the secrets and everything. They're just a game where you can just turn your brain off and play a fun retro inspired video game.
mhm,
And I think that's just super cool. And I really like that with the indie scene. Like we've talked a lot about indie games here, and we love indie
mhm.
games. And I think that's a lot of the appeal of it.
Yep,
Is it takes you back to that time, but it gives you the quality of life improvements
yep,
from today. So better graphics, better frame rates, better controls, updated stories, all that fun stuff. So,
mhm,
but yeah, what these companies are doing, like premium edition, limited run, I am 8-bit. There's a bunch of them that are taking these awesome, digital only games and are giving the collectors who like physical media something to collect, and they do a really good job at it. They're very good, very high quality editions, and no matter what you get, but just giving these indie developers another shot also where you're on a digital store, but we also have, a physical game that you can pick up as well, which is
mhm.
really, really cool. Because I wouldn't have heard about any of these games without going to that booth and buying the physical
Yeah,
editions.
no, that was
Just because there's so many indie games out
oh,
there right
yeah,
now.
no, it's overwhelming how many indie games are out there, and there's lots of great ones, and there's, lots of bad ones out there too, so, but no, that was a cool booth, like, going up there and then kind of him explaining all the different games and stuff. He definitely knew his stuff, is but yeah,
Yeah.
awesome booth, and there was a lot of amazing booths there, like, it's one of those you have to go up and down the aisles multiple times because every time you go down,
Oh,
you'll just spot something new because it's just these booths are, like, packed with items, like, it's so easy to miss something.
crazy.
Yeah, like, you just have to go multiple times, so we get there pretty much when it opens, and we'll
Yep.
usually leave around evening. We'll probably spend a good, about good 6 I'd say good 6 hours,
Yeah.
6, 7 hours.
Good 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, just walking up and down, just finding different things, and it's to me, one of the
Mhm.
hardest parts of of the convention is when you first get there because you
Yeah.
just there's so much stuff, but it's just one of those, it's like, "Ooh, that looks cool," and then it's like, do I get it now or do I wait?" Because there's just I might find something else that's cooler than that or something that else that I might want, so that's always really hard, and that definitely happened to me. One of the booths, there was a I think it was a I think it was some sort of what was it? Oh, it's Goldar, action
Goldars,
figure.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, in box. It was really cool looking, and I thought about getting it, but I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on it." And so came back to the booth. It was gone. Someone took it. I should have gotten it. Um, went right whenever I
The
saw
sad
it,
part.
but it's okay. I ended up getting the Cyclops in that same booth, so
Yep.
I
That
still
was
had
a
a
cool one.
victory. Yeah, but
That's definitely the hardest part is, like, you go there, and especially and a lot of time you're going there because you do collect
mhm,
video games, toys, whatever, and you have a list of things that you're looking for to fill collections or, starting new collections or whatever it is, and then you go there and you see all this other amazingly cool stuff,
mhm,
or, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that since I was a kid." And I think that's a lot of the cool factor also is, I mean, they're bringing stuff out that, I mean, I've never seen before or I haven't seen since in 20 years, since I was a kid. So it's a really cool thing that you have all these booths that have all these amazing curated collections that they're selling
mhm.
that are incredible. I think one for me that was just, I still think about it was, and we've talked about this on, I think one of our earlier podcasts, but one of my like first games on the PlayStation 1 was Blasto.
That's funny that you're talking about it because I literally just pulled up Blasto on my
Oh, really?
yeah, because I was about to, like if you weren't, I was about to, like, mention
Uh,
something to go in to talk about Blasto, but no, you literally started speaking right as I was typing in
oh man,
Blasto on Google,
nice.
so we're on the same
So
wavelength.
I found, so we went to this booth and I'm walking by and I see this item. I turn to Ed and I'm like, holy crap, look at that. And it was a Blasto jacket. It was like a Letterman jacket, red on the front and back, had a huge Blasto emblem on the back, small one on the front chest, and then had like the black leather arms on each
It
side.
was gorgeous, it was an amazing
It was
edition.
amazing. And I asked the guy about it, and apparently it was uh, a jacket that they gave out to PlayStation employees during the time. So super rare. Not a lot of people had it. Ended up not getting it because it was definitely out of my budget at $500 asking price. But that's kind of what a lot of those like special edition jackets that were employee only kind of cost.
Mhm.
Um, but it was so cool. Like it's something you never see and might not see again.
Yeah.
It's just like no one hears of Blasto, no one talks about Blasto that much, and to see a jacket that was in amazing condition,
Mhm,
by the
yeah,
way.
it literally had just been
Uh,
a jacket that's just been in someone's closet.
yeah, the person they got it from, I think, was a PlayStation employee for like 20 something years, and had all this cool stuff, and that was probably the coolest thing I saw there
Mhm,
because it's stuff that you don't see. It's not like just a rare video game or something that's expensive. Like that's something that never hit a retail store, was never sold online. Like you had to be a select few of people that worked for PlayStation to be able to get something like that.
mhm.
So it's really cool to see stuff like that.
No, that was such a cool find. Yeah, it took me a
Mhm.
while at first, you're like, "Hey, do you see that?" And I was like, what am I looking at?
Mhm.
There's so much." But finally, after a few seconds, I was like, "Oh, the jacket." And I was like, "Oh,
Yep.
that is a Blasto jacket. That is super cool." So, yeah, he went and talked to the guy, and he told you kinda the history of the jacket. No, that was such a cool find,
Yeah.
obviously.
That I think that was the coolest thing I saw all
Mhm.
day.
So,
Like, it's just awesome.
yeah, I know. So, I know that was one of your coolest find, but as far as pickups, I know because we asked what my highlight was. What was one of your big highlight pickups from purchasing stuff?
Man,
I
I think, because 'cause I've talked about it before, I'm pretty sure it was the Thundercat stuff. So, I've been trying to collect the Thundercats, original 1985 toy line, and trying to get as many of those as possible. And they had a guy who was there that had really nice condition
Yep.
too. Had a couple of them that I needed, and I was able to pick up a few of them at a really great, reasonable price. Definitely worked with us,
Yeah.
which was
The
great.
the
Much
story
appreciated, but they were in amazing
oh,
condition.
yeah. I was just gonna interrupt. The story on why they were really great condition was really hilarious. I'm probably not gonna say the story because I don't know how appropriate it is for the podcast, but the story was funny on why they were in
Yeah,
great condition.
definitely. Yeah, it ended up working out in our
Yeah.
favor,
Yeah, it
but
worked in our favor.
um, definitely. But yeah, super cool booth. Definitely added some stuff to the Thundercats collection, which is growing and growing. It's getting hard to find stuff in the wild for Thundercats. So that was a really, really cool pickup that I enjoyed. I think the other one was the that Carnage I got.
Oh, yeah, that Carnage. That was a
Yeah, it is the same brand as the Cyclops you got. It
yep.
was the big, like I think it's a 10-inch statue
Mhm.
um, of Carnage, and that thing was really, really cool. Ended up actually picking that up from Retro Rick's booth.
Mhm.
Um, he had that, and I was like, "How much is that?" Because that thing is the coolest toy I've seen. And definitely pick that one up. That was I love Carnage. I
Yeah.
like the art style, the look, the feel, like, I just love everything about
Yeah, no,
Carnage,
Carnage
so
is, I would
that
have
was
to say,
really
one of
cool.
my favorite villains. He's just crazy. He's
Definitely.
awesome.
He's Venom, but, like, with more, like, swagger,
Yeah, and he literally
if that's the word to use for it.
yeah, swagger and also just Venom has a I don't know, like, he has a conscience to an extent, like, but Carnage, he does not care. If he's gonna wants to
0.
do something, he's just gonna do it. And does he need
Yep,
a reason to do it? No, he doesn't need a reason. He's just gonna do it because he is literally that crazy. Like,
and that's what I like about
yep.
him.
He's
But, yeah, that was a cool pickup. The Thundercats, I think those are the big ones.
oh, no, you got another good one. It's only the best deal of the day. It was that GameCube
Oh,
picked up.
I forgot about that.
That was a great deal. It was
Man,
the dude I don't think had any idea what he had because that was
no.
a steal for
It was
sure.
yeah, and I tested everything, and everything 100%
Oh, that's
works,
awesome.
like, perfect. Yeah, so, basically, I got a GameCube, and whoever owned it originally basically spray painted it gold to be like a Zelda GameCube, which is fine. I'm working on trying to strip all the gold off because there's some issues with it. But it was a GameCube that just needs a replacement spring. That's in great condition, by the way. Besides the replacement spring, the GameCube or the Game Boy Player, a Wavebird controller, which is their wireless controller, and a standard controller with all the cables for like $120. If you price all that stuff out individually, that's like 350 in deals. And I got to do a little work on it. I got to clean some stuff up. I need to definitely wipe off some of the paint and get all that off. But once I put a little bit of TLC into it, I mean, everything works perfect. The insides are great. They're pretty clean for what they are. I mean, that was, yeah, it was an incredible deal. And he was just trying to get rid of it because of the paint.
Mhm. Yeah, that was yeah, well, we saw that and I was like, "Oh, man, that's super cool." Yeah, I remember you asking about it because we are like, is it everything? Do you just get everything for that price?" And, yep, you sure did. You got everything for that
Yep.
price. So that was
He was like, I was like, you get everything in that bundle. He's like, yeah, I guess.
yeah, so
I was like, okay, here's my money.
yeah, okay, don't tell me twice because it's one of those,
Yeah.
if you didn't get it, someone was gonna pick it up. That was gonna be one of those
Oh,
it was
yeah,
gonna go. You like, I'm pretty sure if you hadn't
for
picked it up, the
sure.
next person behind you would have picked it up.
I think it would've been gone within the hour.
Oh, yeah, that's one of those
Yeah.
things. It's either you get it now or you're just gonna miss out. So that was definitely a great steal, literally. Like,
Oh, yeah, that was a great deal that I found.
yeah,
Really cool. Everything works phenomenal. I was actually using the Wavebird controller the other day, playing a little bit, and it works
that's
perfectly.
awesome. Yeah,
The buttons are perfect. There's no stickiness. Great pickup.
yeah, that's good to know because I forgot to ask you if everything worked on it or
Yeah,
not, but now I know, so I've got a
seems
report
great.
on it. That's awesome.
There you go. Yeah, that was a cool pickup.
Yeah, so it was, I would say, a very successful, convention. I forgot
It
I did
was.
also sell to Retro Rick, which was really cool. It's not on, like, film or anything. He wasn't filming when I went up to him, but, yeah, I ended up buying a DS Yokai Watch Edition or something at a half price books, and I think they were selling it for like $60, I believe. So, and it was a
Mhm.
few months ago, and I bought it. So I bought it. I was trying to sell it on eBay. I just wasn't having any luck. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it to the convention and see if anyone will buy it. So I saw Retro Rick because since he was there, so I just went up to him, told him about it. He ended up buying it less for less than what I purchased. I spent 60. He purchased it for 50. So I lost like $10 on it, but it's okay. It's Retro Rick. We love what he has an awesome channel, and I mean such a nice guy. Like what you see is what you actually get. Like he really is a really nice guy. So he bought it from me for $50, and then I heard him say he's gonna just put it in his own personal collection because I guess he's been like looking for stuff like that. DS's like special edition one. So it's now part of
I
his
think he's trying to collect all of them.
yeah, so it's now part of his personal collection, which is really cool. So hey, I'll take the $50, especially since it's going into his
Yeah,
personal collection. So it's going to someone who appreciates that type of stuff. So that was a cool
exactly,
little moment for me, was just like interacting with this guy that we watch. So yeah, shout out to Retro Rick and his crew.
for
They're
sure.
awesome.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was a really fun day. They're always fun. We always look forward to them
Yep.
every year.
And then
They're always a lot of fun.
yeah. And we're starting to notice that the same people go to these conventions all the time. When we were eating,
Oh, yeah.
you're like, I'm pretty sure that guy's been to all the other conventions we've gone to. And I was like, I think you are correct.
Yep, I think so. I mean, while we were sitting there eating our amazing
Oh
convention
yeah.
pizza,
Hey, for it
mm,
being a convention pizza, it's not bad. And you get a whole little
it's
pizza, 4 slices, and they're good, decent sized
not
slices.
bad.
Like it's
It's good stringy cheese, like, the pepperonis are big.
mhm.
It's not a bad little personal pizza for
Yeah,
a convention.
yeah. So
I've had worse.
oh yeah, same. I've definitely had worse. So I hey, and you just need a quick little pick me up, uh, little
Mm,
a
it
little
does it.
pizza will do it. So yeah, that it hit the spot. It was delicious, and
Yeah,
my Coke
absolutely.
is a good time.
It's a good time. I mean, that's the best part of convention is the, terrible convention food,
Oh
so,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
that pizza's definitely better. The one in Houston, the food was
Oh yeah,
not
they
good.
had some churros. I'm pretty sure those churros had been out since like the last convention. They're just there.
They were they were basically just like rocks. Like, if you hit someone with it, I think they might have got a concussion.
Oh yeah, no, those churros. I was like,
I'm good.
I don't want those churros.
I don't want
Those
that.
churros are gonna give me chorro, and that's diarrhea in Spanish.
Yeah, ooh,
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
Hey, the more you
The
know.
more you know. If you want some good doo doo butter, just eat some churros from the convention
It's
in Houston.
gross. Yep, that's how you do it,
That's how
but,
you do it.
oh, man. But, yeah, if you haven't been to a convention, definitely go to one. They're a lot of fun. If you're into the retro stuff, I mean, there's everything. Like we were saying, like, I definitely purchased way more, uh, like, toys and other things than I did video games. But there's booths with everything,
Mhm.
like some really, really cool stuff. So, and there's definitely deals to be had. People are there to work with you. Everybody there is super cool. Like the energy's great. The vendors are awesome. A lot of the people there are super friendly. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a fun time. I can't wait for even the next one in Houston
Oh, yeah.
next spring.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely looking
Ready.
forward to that.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, and, I'm sure we'll find other new conventions to go to. I know our goal is to go
Definitely.
to the one in Austin that you told me about, happens in July, and you said
Yes.
it's the biggest retro convention and gaming retro convention in Texas,
I believe
I think.
so.
So,
Yeah.
we'll definitely have to try and make it to that one. So, Lots of conventions. They're literally happening throughout the year. I just
Mhm.
gotta make sure that I'm taking us to the right one.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, just make sure it's the right one, but,
Yep.
I mean, every year there's more and more and more. I mean,
Mhm.
the whole retro game collecting nostalgia stuff, I mean, from, COVID times has just spiked,
Mhm.
and I think it's really cool. I don't like all the price
Yeah, the
increases.
price increase kinda stinks, but
That
it's
sucks,
cool.
but I love the fact that people are, recovering or finding their old collections in the attic.
Mhm.
And sure, they're selling it for, more money because it's inflated, but at least it's going to people that they see the value in it and do care about that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a cool thing is like whether you're into the retro collecting scene or you just find your collection, you do sell it off at a convention or eBay or marketplace or wherever it is, you're at least getting those items to people who care about them and want to collect them, and they do bring back good memories for them. And I think that's a really cool thing about all of that is it's like we were playing a game we've never played before that's retro inspired that we just picked up, and we were having a blast and forgot about life for 2 hours.
Mhm.
And I think that's the cool thing about the gaming, the retro games, and
Oh, yeah.
nostalgia is it takes you back to that time, but then you just kind of like lose track of
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and it takes you back to the good times.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I think that which is the whole cool part about the retro and
Oh,
nostalgic
yeah,
collecting and retro
yeah,
perspective of it.
it's definitely a cool thing just going to those conventions, purchasing that stuff, and also just, like, when you talk to those people, just kinda hearing their stories of why this is important to them, just the memories that are attached to these video games
Yeah,
or these toys, like, it's really cool. So it's a great way to I guess to connect with people as well and just kinda hear their stories of, "Oh, yeah, this toy right here, I remember when I was a kid, I'd play with it while I was watching this TV show," and it just sparks all these childhood memories that are just amazing. So it's a cool experience. So, yeah, it's a
it is.
keeping the past alive.
Absolutely. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely go check one out if you haven't. We'll post some of the stuff that we talked about as well on our Instagram page so you can see some pictures of it. We'll post some of the stuff that we picked up so you can kind of see, you know, kind of what it's about a little bit, and some of the cool things that we picked up
Mhm.
as well. But man, I think it's been a good episode. And,
Yes, it has been a good
getting a little
episode.
hungry here. So,
Ooh, where are you gonna go eat?
I think we're gonna make some burgers or something. I
Ooh,
don't know.
I made some, breakfast tacos before the podcast, and it
Ooh,
was delicious.
nice.
Cooked up some
I do love a good
onions, some
breakfast.
taters,
Mm.
sausage, and
You have to put potatoes
you got to,
in a
like
breakfast burrito or taco.
oh,
You
yeah,
have to.
you have to, and it's delicious. I know that's one of your, is it one of your Christmas tradition meal type things
Yep.
for yep, breakfast burrito.
Yep. Since I was like 6, we make breakfast burritos every single Christmas morning. So yeah, I love breakfast burritos.
They're delicious, they'll fill you up.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you make those big ones, put a bunch of hash browns on it,
Oh, yeah,
couple
yep,
eggs, some bacon,
mhm,
a little bit of sour
yum,
cream,
it's a
some
good
cheddar
time.
cheese. Mm. Maybe some sausage in there if
It's
you're feeling a
yeah, a little
little saucy.
sausage, a little whatever you want.
Heck yeah. A little hot
A little
sauce.
hot sauce.
Man, that sounds good
I
now.
know,
Now I want
I'm gonna
breakfast
get hungry again, and time for
Ah,
time for
yeah,
second dinner.
I guess so, but I'm gonna sign off before I make you hungry and make me hungrier. So
Yeah, no, yeah, but it's okay. We'll be getting lots of good food also next week, so next weekend. Yeah,
absolutely.
whenever. Yeah, so that'll be a fun
And
time.
shout out to the Texas State Fair. So
Yeah, go to the Texas State Fair if you wanna lose 8 years off your life. It's worth it. Eat all the fried food.
so good. All the fried food.
Yes,
Delicious.
delicious, 100%. Well, I'll let you go so you can, go eat some burgers.
Heck yeah. I'll let you go so you can figure out your second dinner.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have to see what's in my fridge. Maybe I'll just warm up more burritos. I don't know. I still got, some, leftover burrito stuff, so
oh,
we'll
I
see.
don't see an issue with that.
Nope.
I'm not arguing, but awesome. Well, you got anything else before we sign off?
Um, I do not. Just keep on
All
gaming
right.
and, have fun. Live life.
Absolutely. It's October.
It's
There's a
October.
ton of awesome games coming
Yeah.
out. The holidays are coming.
Go take your
Weather's getting a little bit
go
cooler.
take your spooky dookies because it's October.
Oh, exactly. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. play an awesome spooky game.
Yep.
Maybe we might talk about, like, our favorite, like, horror game on an
Ooh.
episode, maybe, like, a Halloween episode or
Yeah, that'll
something.
be fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
I got a few that I really, really
I've
like.
got a few, yeah, I thought of one immediately.
Yeah. So, cool. Well, we got some ideas now too, but
Yeah.
anyways, thank y'all so much for listening. Until next time, peace out and game on.
Peace.